Good day. This video is about lens correction settings or lens correction dialogues and user interfaces that you see in Adobe Lightroom Classic. I have three images from three different systems. I've chosen them so that you will see the nuances that are involved. The oldest one is the Canon EOS DSLR. If I click on develop, that's the develop module of the Adobe Lightroom Classic, you will see that this is the original unadorned panel. If I click on enable profile corrections, you will see that the correct lens is identified and the relevant profile is applied. The way that I understand this to be done is that the lens name is stored in the lens and transferred to the EXIF of the image file, the raw data. And knowing the image model, the lens model, the profile is matched. This profile can be delivered with Lightroom, or it can be delivered later in a LCP file, lens correction profile file. There is a manual. If you want to see that panel, click back on the profile. If this is the wrong identification, the system chooses the wrong identification, you can instead click on custom and go through the motions of choosing a different LCP. All right, let's go back to library. Let's have a look at Micro Four Thirds this time. And I'll click on develop and take a few breaths while the screen refreshes. Yes, you will see that there is an adornment here, built-in lens profile applied. To me, this means that the data or the metadata about the lens correction is stored in the Micro Four Thirds lens. Not every lens has that, but most Micro Four Thirds lens has that. There is no need for me to click on enable profile corrections, because if you peer at the box, or in fact I'll help you. If I click on that, it says make built-in, and the other two are built-in as well, so I don't really need to do that. The system's happy. You don't have to do any extra work. Now let's go back to the library and go back to the Sony and click on develop. And the Sony has a slightly different way of applying it. Again, the data or the metadata for the lens profile is applied, and I believe it is also taken from the lens, and so it doesn't rely on an LCP. It correctly identifies the make and model, and it says that it's using an Adobe LCP. However, this time the tick mark is enabled. I'm not sure why the Sony one has that ticked and the Micro Four Thirds one does not have that ticked. There are nuances in how the original technology of separate lens correction profile information was matched using the lens name versus the Micro Four Thirds way, which is you don't have to do that. Everything comes from the lens. Okay. Thank you.